is inherently an ethical issue because it's a reflection of our values, our beliefs, and it's also a matter of the choices that we make. And sometimes we make really great choices, and sometimes we say things we regret. Attitudes aren't simply metaphorically contagious, attitudes are literally contagious. You can catch someone's bad attitude just like you can catch a cold.
Because success, no matter how you define it, is an attitude. It comes from the inside out. Inner victories precede outer.
So I've spent the last 20 years studying happy people. And I have been wondering, why are happy people happy? What can I learn from them? And I have discovered that happy people have a secret. And it's not Prozac. The number one reason happy people are happy is because they choose to be happy.
Happiness is a choice. I'm going to choose to live a life by choice, not by chance. I want to live a life by design, not by default. I don't want to be a victim of anything.
Did you know every time you learn something new, you get an honest to goodness wrinkle in your brain? This is not a metaphor. It's not an analogy. Ask the good doctor who just got an award. They have a fancy name. They're called neural pathways. And what they do is they create connections, which I like to think of as brain wrinkles. You are going to leave Fancy with really wrinkly brains. I had a woman in one of my programs one day. She said, that's it. It's all the smooth brain people who are putting me over the edge. Voice inside of you. Reassess, because communication is the most powerful tool that you can possess. 80% of problems in most workplaces are the result of poor communication. I applaud you for being here today because you're doing exactly what Benjamin Franklin would teach us. Benjamin Franklin would teach us to empty our pockets to feed our minds, and our minds will feed our pockets. Now, here's the good news. When we know that words matter, we realize, hey, wait a minute, I can do something about this. I can choose the words that will build people up, not tear people down. I can use words that will ignite and excite, that will help people feel like what they are doing makes a difference and not something that is little. All we really have to do is become what is called consciously competent. We want to learn how to use language strategically to help excite and ignite their passion, because words have power. And when we use that effort to be intentional, to stretch a bit and to try new ways of communicating, we can make a big difference in our organization's retention level, satisfaction level, and our ability to feel good about what we do on a daily basis. It's not complicated. It does, however, require us to stretch for what I like to call the high-hanging fruit. I've got a word for you to consider purging from your professional and leadership vocabulary. And here it is. It's the word should. S-H-O-U-L-D. No one likes to be should on. So for me, it's always been helpful to get through all of the, what do I say it, how do I say it, nonsense, by having a good question.
loud, it's happening internally, and those thoughts have power. I'd like to remind you of something, and that is that you're all talking to yourself right now. By the way, if anybody's sitting out there thinking, I'll talk to myself, you just did. We all talk to ourselves all day long at a rate of 600 to 800 words per minute. And research indicates that about 75% of what the average person says when the average person talks to themselves is negative. No wonder we have such a hard time communicating in the positive to those we lead, because we have so much negative yammer self-talk going on inside. We get up in the morning and we think, oh, I keep getting fatter and fatter. And then we get on the road and it's, who gave that idiot a driver's license? And then we get to our workplace and it's, why do I always have to be the one to take the bright green paper out of the printer? It's not fair. By the way, fair is a 4-letter F word, and we don't speak that way.
Knowledge absorbed is knowledge. Knowledge applied is wisdom. It is not what you know that matters. It's what you do with what you know that matters. It's not the communication tools you possess or the brain wrinkles you have. It's what actually comes flying out of your mouth. So when all is said and done, represent your organization, your association, your industry like the ethical professional you are. Listen to that values voice inside of you. Reassess, because communication is the most powerful tool that you can possess.
Are you looking for a motivational and high-content experience that moves beyond theory and into practical tools professionals can put to use immediately? Discover the impact of knowing the words to choose and the words to lose for increased employee engagement, teamwork, and productivity.